Hello and welcome back to Futbol Mundial EFD squad, where today I'm joined by my Dutch brother from another mother. It is, of course, Patrick van Straten for a roundup of the best stories from around world football.
Yes, and today we have the shadiest promotion you'll ever see. The volleyball player who could cost Man United £50 million and the greatest communist footballer since Jeremy Corbyn.
And from next week, we'll be sharing this show with the dream team. Team Curls, we've christened them. Zach and McCubbin, so show them some love for next week in the comments below.
Let's kick it off.
Now, if you can't beat them, join them, they say. But in South Africa this past season, one side took it a step further, Pato.
Yes, National First Division outfit AmaZulu had a disappointing campaign, missing out on automatic promotion to the Premier Soccer League and falling 2 points short of even making the playoffs, as they lost a whopping 11 of their 30 matches.
It's like our seven-a-side team. But the Durban side campaign wasn't quite over. Oh no, they approached Thunder Royal Zulu, who had finished first in the division, 15 points above AmaZulu, to secure a spot in the top flight for the 2017-18 season.
Yeah, the two clubs are based just a few hours apart on the east coast of South Africa in the KwaZulu-Natal. And as luck would have it, the owners of Tanda were in financial difficulties and looking to sell the team despite their excellent campaign.
Opportunism at its finest.
Yeah,
this.
I know, right?
So AmaZulu bought out Thunder, the champions, immediately announcing that the side would be relocated to Durban and renamed, yes, you guessed it, AmaZulu. Very American, this.
Yeah, they essentially erased Tanda's existence and took their spot in the Premier League for next season.
They literally bought promotion.
Yeah, I know, it's unbelievable, mate.
So perhaps Arsenal should buy Celtic this summer and take their spot in the Champions League. That was definitely added last minute.
I'd love to.
You're not having it?
I'd love to, mate.
I think you'd lose to Linfield.
Well, Wenger would have another 10 titles in the bag. We now take our customary trip to Brazil, and as usual, it's to look at an interesting young talent. Though this time, we're not that concerned with what he does on the pitch.
Yes, Rio Giants Flamengo this week announced that 17-year-old attacking midfielder Marcos Lenin has signed his first professional contract with the club.
That's right, one of Brazil's hottest young prospects bears the names of two of the most famous communists of all time. Appropriate at a club which plays in red and which was once represented by Socrates, the left-wing firebrand who captained Brazil in the 1980s.
Now, we're sure that Marcos Lenin will showcase his distribution at the very least. Political banter. Get it? Sharing possession around to each according to his need, Pato.
Yeah, now all Flamengo need to do is add Colombian midfielder Stalin Motta, Belgian centre-back Bjorn Engels and Ecuadorian attacker Fabricio Guevara to complete their communist lineup.
Staying with Flamengo, we have a much sadder story to tell now.
After the Red and Blacks' 1-0 derby win over Rio rivals Vasco da Gama, a riot broke out between opposing sets of fans. One supporter, 27-year-old Davi Roca Lopez, unfortunately died from a gunshot wound at the scene.
3 others remain in hospital, 2 having been shot. Police were forced to use tear gas to break up the fighting, and staff and players fled the ground. Those present included young Real Madrid signing Vinicius Jr. and Liverpool's Philippe Coutinho, a former Vasco player.
The fighting started after title-chasing Flamengo secured the victory, their first at the San Januario Stadium in 44 years. As a result of the violence, Vasco will play their games behind closed doors for the foreseeable future.
Now to a different part of South America with a suggestion from Instagram user Antonio Espinosa Holguin.
Yes, the first season of professional women's football has just come to an end in Colombia, and Independiente Santa Fe from the capital city of Bogotá have been crowned the first female champions in the country's history, nearly 70 years after men's sides turned pro.
Plata o pomo. It's a remarkable achievement and not before time. The league took a group and playoff structure similar to that of America's MLS, with Santa Fe beating Atletico Huila 3-1 in a 2-legged final. They complete the season without having lost a single game. And
their achievement mirrors that of the Independiente men's team, who won the very first male league season all the way back in 1948.
Bab's year of birth. The men's side has racked up an impressive tally of 9 league titles over the last 69 years. Perhaps this can be the start of a golden era for their female counterparts. Good luck.
And finally this week we find Inter Milan winger and Man United target Ivan Perisic, who has been making interesting use of his summer holiday.
The wide man, who has been linked with a 50 million quid switch to the Red Devils, is used to representing his country, with 57 caps for Croatia. But this week he made his second international debut, Pato, this time competing for the Blazers in beach volleyball.
Yeah, Perisic has been taking part in the 2017 Beach Volleyball World Tour, and alongside his partner Nixa Del Orco, took part in the Porec Major, a professional tournament.
Unfortunately, the Interstar did not enjoy great success on the sand, as he and Del Orco lost their first two matches to teams from Brazil and the USA. Tough fixtures, Pato, tough fixtures, and exited the competition at the group stage.
But Perisic isn't the only football star taking on a new challenge.
Fancy a game of mixed doubles? Yes, AC Milan and five-time Champions League winner Paolo Maldini played his first professional tennis match in a doubles tournament held in the city, where he starred for the Rossinieri.
Yeah, Maldini and his partner Stefano Landonio lost in the initial round of the Aspria Tennis Cup, going out 6-1, 6-1 to Poland's Tomasz Bednarek and Dutchman David Pell.
The match lasted just 42 minutes, and Maldini retired from professional tennis immediately afterwards. Obviously not a very good loser. So,
Oh, he's 49.
well, there is that as well.
So that's all we've got time for this week, but have we missed out any great stories from around world football? Get at Hamill, get at me, get at McCubbin, and get at Zach Jellab on the Twitter to let us know.
Mate, the Mac and Zach attack, they're coming next week, so brace yourself for that. Before then, watch Stat Wars, watch Futbol Mundial, Continental Club, all good. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe.